That was super fast. Hola, people.
Hello.
Welcome to the New Moon Love Conjure. Um, no, so okay, we all hopefully have experienced our New Moon Love Conjure event. Melissa and I just completed the actual rite, and in a little bit we will discuss like the little, the differences, because we expressed to you that we wanted to create an event where we all come together and we participate. We have like an outline that we utilize, and then each and every one of us will be able to alter it and then shift it to our personal needs. And I think that's really fun. And so, again, in a little bit, Melissa and I will share what we did and how we altered it to our needs. And it was really amazing. So I feel kind of stoned. I'm not. I feel it, and so that's why like I can feel like up in here. I'm like, shit, I gotta calm the fuck down. But okay, so New Moon Love Conjure, we decided to create an event where we would all participate, raise energy, and then focus on our own shit and what we want to bring into our own lives and cast and start anew. And so we're going to take a little bit to talk about the new moon. The new moon in Leo, what that means. And also, today is the day of Aries, so and express what that means. So, Miss Melissa, would you like to express a little bit about the new moon and then maybe, start on Leo?
Well, I love doing casting during the new moon because it's perfect to start things. It's a terrific beginning to whatever spell you're going to cast, regardless of what that spell is about to do, because it starts it. You sort of open the way for that spell to grow. So I enjoy casting on the new moon. New moon in Leo is very interesting because you have that inner child, sunny, a lot of fire energy, just sensual, I'm here, look at me, wow, kind of energy going on. So I really enjoyed that, especially for this spell, because regardless of how you're casting, if you're casting for love of any kind, whatever it is, new love, refresh a relationship, what have you, um, it gives it that childlike newness. That
Right.
this is new, it's a new experience. Even if it's not new, you have that energy associated with it because of the new moon in Leo. So I really enjoy that. And
Right.
it gives that nice, jubilant kind of feeling, but it also has a lot of sensual energy tied to it, which is kind of strange when you think about it, but it is. So, and a very in your face, look at me kind of energy.
Right. And y'all, like new moon, we take advantage of the new moon because that's like where we plant seeds. That's where we again start something new, or we bring a new outlook into our lives. And it has an expression of being refreshed. And it doesn't have to always mean, oh, I'm going to start a whole new project. No, it can be taking something that you already have and spicing it up, or taking something you already have and bringing a new energy into that experience, and taking something again that you already have and putting um, new wheels on it, new energy and new perceptions on it. And it's very interesting because we have the new moon, this new energy, this almost like a rebirthing of sorts, shifting the outlook on something. And that new moon is in Leo, and Leo is interpersonal, which it's very social. Leo's very social and very you know, if Leo focuses a lot on others, so you see a lot of Leo energies where they're very almost like flamboyant, where they're connecting and they're putting on a show, and they want to see others. They want to kind of like interact and be very social with other people by having this very intense personality and the way they express themselves. So the way a lot of the time, the way Leo learns is through social interaction. And so when we have new energies, this new thought process in Leo, this could be, you know, very great for love, because if you have been very subtle, if you have been kind of quiet, or your you know, let's say your sex life has been non-existent, or your passion for your partner has been non-existent, you know, the fire has been put out, and not in a good way. You know, that shit's non-existent. So you have the new moon in Leo, which is all about, bam, let's get this, let's have fun, let's get this going. So the new moon in Leo offers you that in love. It offers that excitement, that adventure, that very social experience. So, which is very interesting when you connect it with passion, love, lust, and all that, because yeah. So, but let's talk a little bit about Aries, because, you know, we are casting on the day of Aries, and Aries is probably perfect for this, because not only are we on the new moon, Aries is the first house, you know, the first experience, and Aries is number one, the first child, I guess you can say, and Aries has that way of being very passionate, fighting. They simply want whatever they can to experience.
Yes, I agree. And you know, Aries has this kind of course, Aries can be very aggressive, but when you temper that with what we're doing, you know, we're talking about a new love or refreshed love. That aggression can come from a very good place. It's not necessarily a negative concept, you know, because it's coming from, you know, from love, from your heart. So it takes on this new, or you know, different energy than you would normally think of from Aries. You know, it is full of fire, yes, but it's also full of, I want to love even more passionately. I want to attract passionate love, you know, that spicy, you know, flair, but without the negative connotation attached. You know, and it's like Michael said, it's the first house, so it's a rebirthing of sorts, you know,
Right.
again, and you see that all these kind of tie in beautifully, because you have the new moon with the first house Aries, and then you have Leo, which is also very much a childlike entity, even though it's more of a social child, like your 3-year-old that likes to talk to everyone in the store. You know, it's like that, you know, this very bubbly, happy, I just want to be friends with everyone. I want everyone to love me, and I want to love everyone. And they all tie in really beautifully together for this. And honestly, we had no idea that the new moon was going to be in Leo when we planned this. So this was just like a beautiful accident, you know.
It's so horrible too, because, you know, we were focused on the new moon and new moon love, and then we're like, Tuesday's the day of Aries, you know, and so yeah, we totally forgot Leo. So it works out
Yeah.
perfectly. And, you know, the fun thing about this, again, y'all, and I'm sorry if we talk a lot about astrology, it's because we're learning that right now, and so we're going to be sharing a lot, just because we can. But you have Aries again. Aries likes to challenge so that it can experience. And you have Leo, who is like, you know, very theater driven, very like a show, want to put on a show. So sometimes people have a tendency to like be put off by Leo because they're like all talk, or they talk big. But when you couple that with Aries, you have someone who, you have energy that expresses itself, and it interacts very well, and talks big, but Aries is the one who comes in and takes force and takes hold over it, and engages and follows through with action. So it's perfect energy, a perfect energy to manifest and cast, to create something, especially to plant a seed and to grow and to alter perception. And so we have that energy that combines, and now we're doing this focusing on love, and love can be very many things, where we can focus on new love, as in the sense of, I might be single and so I want someone else, or a new experience in love, a new taking that love deeper or further. And so I'm already in a relationship. I'm gonna, cast to bring something more, to nurture and nourish, and to take it to the next level, and to honor the experience that I'm in, and to expand upon it. There's so many different ways that this can be applied, and Aries and Leo and the new moon intermix to offer the perfect energy to cast.
Yes, definitely. And it was a beautiful energy too. And I don't know how many of y'all have cast yet, or if you've already done it. I hope that several people have. Um, but for me, the experience was very interesting. It was very uplifting. At the same time, it was very sensual. It was very um, just intense. It had this intensity that was really beautiful, and it also had a interesting fire ice feel to it, which was intriguing.
It was, and y'all, as we are expressing this, if you haven't cast and you plan on casting later, just to reiterate, because time is not linear, we connected to a specific point, a specific visualization, the one that I kind of shared in the group, and we connected and we cast. So energy is energy, and so when you decide to cast, you can still tap into that. And as we cast, we tapped into that. So all those who are participating and who have or who will, you can still tap into that flow. It's still there for you. When I connected, I was like, oh, there's Melissa. I grabbed her hand, because I experienced this mass of energy, intense energy. But there are people, I guess, people who were there in the form of light, kind of like the candle right there. But Melissa's energy, I know. And so I grabbed her hand because she was right there. And then I saw someone else there. I grabbed her hand because I know her energy and I know that she's there. Or she will be. However that works, Right. And then there are a few spirits that I work with that were present. I was asked to call on certain spirits, and then energy started to raise, and it was very weird. And because it's hot here, y'all, it's super hot. But I turned the fans off because I'm not gonna have that, influence the flame. So I turned the fans off, and it was bizarre because there was a breeze. There was a breeze rustling at the bottom of my feet. I was fucking hot, but I was cold, and now I'm getting chills. It was a very intense energy that was being raised, and it was unique. It was fun. It was beautiful. It was very primal and raw and very sexual and sensual, but how do I put it? Very action oriented, and not. And when I say action oriented, I don't necessarily mean in a sexual way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. This energy is building, so we can actually follow through with taking care of what needs to be done.
Yes, definitely. And at one point, whenever I was chanting, so I was chanting the chant that we had printed out, it's like there was so much energy that it almost sounded like the words were coming out faster than my lips were moving. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could hear the words before my lips actually made the words.
Yeah, kind of I had a similar, experience, but, my mind was going faster, and I'm saying it, but it almost felt like I was saying it twice to physically saying it once. It was very
Yeah, it was very intense, at one point. And so, and like Michael, I turned off all the fans in my room because I like to be able to see what the flame is doing. My flame kept pulling to one side. It was very interesting. It just kept like tugging to one side constantly.
And I'm like, dude, what's going on here? My flame was like dropping it low. Like, first of all, it was like very erect. Okay, well,
Yes.
right there, and now it's like kind of like bolting over here. But it went from being very erect to boom. It dropped low, and I'm like, oh, you're getting crazy over here, you flame. You're getting really crazy. Watch out. Um, and that's just stuff that we take into consideration. You watch the flame, you watch how things interact, and to share with you how I create it more personal. I took, well, one was pink and one was orange, but I don't have another pink one. Index cards.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. And on the pink one, I basically I wrote my name, I wrote my boyfriend's name, I wrote like different things, love, lust, sensuality, compassion, connection, friendship, growth. I wrote all these different things that I'd like to really inspire and work on it and being more adventurous and creating new adventures together. But then I didn't stop there. I took it to a different level because I focused on it's important to me for love my relationship. But then I expanded on it because my business is important to me. Deviant witchery is extremely important to me. It's like my passion. That's what we get to share with all of you, our passion. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't get to fully experience that because maybe they have, a hesitant nature about the name Deviant Witchery or what they've heard. And so I'm like, but this is what I love. This is who I am. This is my passion that I want to share. And so I use the new moon energy, especially now, to really focus on creating this new experience. And so I was like, Deviant Witchery is a heart-centered business. It's my heart, it's my soul, it's my spirit, because I love this. We love our craft. And so I want people to understand and see that, when they come to Deviant Witchery, when they see our videos, when they connect with us, they actually connect, and they know that they can connect, and they know that we will share with them, and they know all of these things. I want to express in a very energetic way, and utilize the craft that, hey, we are Deviant Witchery, and we are fun, and we mean well. We want to help you. We want to attract the right people to be of service and to connect and do all of that. And so I utilize New Moon, Aries, and Leo, those powers, to focus on that, to bring that about, to show that this is a very heart-centered experience. This is a very soulful experience, and this is what I'm about. And this is what we are about. And this is what we want to share with all of you. And so much more.
Yes, so much more. And that was the whole kind of purpose of this event. It's not only do we want to make connections with people, we want to inspire people to cast, to be very active. And a lot of times, a lot of us don't cast because we don't really have an idea of what we don't want of what we want to cast for, and so this sort of helps and is a very easy, simple guideline of making a spell your own and doing it for your own reasons.
Right.
My reasons were to put new energy back into my relationship. Not that my relationship has bad energy, but to just revitalize it. Everyone needs a, boost in their relationship, especially when you've been in a relationship as long as I have. So it was to revitalize my relationship, revitalize, our love in the home, just as a family, and to attract those who are like-minded, not just where I live, but all over. To
Right.
attract those like-minded spirits to where we are. To Deviant Witchery, to the Dreadful Mystic, to the Deviant Witch, to
Right.
attract those new like-minded spirits who have a passion and a love for witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
That we all share. And I felt that was really important to put in there because of the connected energy that we were all about to share. So that's the way I did mine. And I had a very interesting time with trying to carve an apple that just didn't work. So I ended up slicing my apple in half and feeding it to myself and Robert, which just adds a new interesting,
Right.
of of love and sharing in the moment.
Right.
So it was a wonderful experience. I really can't wait to do this again. Hopefully next month we'll try to get something together again. I'd really like to make this a monthly habit if possible. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and to sort of hurt, I can't see all. I can't even talk. But I did. My apple. I have my red candle inside the apple, but inside of the apple, I packed with cayenne and the cinnamon. But in this bowl, there is a little bit of cayenne, cinnamon, and the sage mix. But I, took it to a different level, and I added sandalwood hydrosol, lavender hydrosol. What else? And some witch hazel. And just because if when the wax goes into the water, I'm gonna read that,
oh
and
yes,
and,
good idea.
and so I wanted to connect with my boyfriend, with this, and so I utilized two black candles. One, I made an oil kind of like based on how he is, just like I've been doing with like the Dreadful Mystic, Southern Charmer and stuff. So I used that oil to dress his candle, and then I used my oil to dress mine. And they're behind this red candle right here. So yeah, and then I have some shells in a circle around the bowl. And that bone right there has some very interesting energy.
Oh yes, I lined which mine's on a terracotta little plate, and I lined mine with carnelian. I love working with carnelian, especially when it comes to new energy, love energy, creativity. It is just a fun, yes, it is just a fun crystal to work with, especially right now with Leo and Aries. Carnelian is really great working with those energies. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's still burning on my love altar in my bedroom. I hope it's still burning and it hasn't like caught anything on fire. I don't smell any smoke, so
Well, yeah, we don't want that to happen. Okay. So, before we go, y'all, I just want to kind of like share the spell. What the fuck happened here? Shit, I'm getting like all
I
Casper and
know
shit.
it's like really bright all of a
That
sudden.
is so. Why stop that? Oh my god, that is weird. That is weird.
It's like you're like just like
I'm touched
crazy
by.
wattage.
I'm touched by an angel.
You are, my
Wow,
love.
that's weird. That is weird.
It won't stop now.
Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna finish like white, like as fuck, like. Anyway, so okay, so for the new moon love conjure for the spell this month, we did it on the day of Aries, and the new moon was in Leo. So that's something to take into consideration. Anyone who watches this video, you can actually do this whenever you desire on a new moon, for sure. So definitely take that into consideration, and then write, what the moon is in, and write the day, so you can kind of see how the different energies influence this. And then for all those who participated now or today, take that into consideration as well. And then if you want to cast it again later on, compare your notes, utilize that in your BOS, your Book of Shadows, and compare, because then you'll be able to really fine tune on what you want to utilize a spell for different ways, and what moon phases and such, to work it with, or the astrological blah blah blah. So for this spell, it's very simple, y'all. Very, very simple. All we utilized was red candle, apple, cinnamon, sage, cayenne, and a piece of paper and something red to write on.
And
Everything.
you can get all of this stuff at the grocery store, y'all. Like, none of this is exotic. So you can literally, even the red candle, you can buy at a grocery store probably.
Shit, right? So and everything else, like why is this going on? It's weird. Everything else is like you. Everything else that you want to add to it is you customizing your spell for your needs, and that is perfect. Write it down, take pictures, share, in your grimoire, whatever. If you want to share what you did in the event, if you feel comfortable doing that, that'd be great. If you don't, that's fine. If you want to talk about it on the comments in this video on YouTube, let's do that. So we had that. That's our ingredients. The chant that we created was very simple. New moon light or new moon night, new love in sight. Let the spell begin. Let love grow. Let love in. Aries, Aphrodite, Eros, Nyx. From night to day and day to night, love, lust, beauty, remembrance, embrace. Power of the witches rise. Love is our birthright, compassion, heart-centered, ecstatic and wise. Hear my words, let them in. I will it so, as without, so within. Feel my power, release and flow, as above, so below. Okay?
Yes, we'll put that in like the description or
Oh
something.
yeah, that shit's gonna be. So why the fuck am I? Oh,
I don't know. So
um,
are you going to do anything throughout the month to like keep the spell going? Do you plan on doing anything else to sort of add to it as the moon grows?
I am. Yes. I don't know why this is happening. Uh, yeah, I actually am. I'll take, what I normally do, depending on the type of work, is I'll take the remnants of the work and then I will use it to either empower something else or I'll use it in like a spell bag. It just depends. But I will take that and then I will bless it. I will feed it and I'll keep it going.
That is exactly what I was planning on doing, using the remnants, putting it in a bag, a mojo bag, what have you, and feeding it until the full moon, and then I will probably plant it in my garden on the full moon.
Hmm.
Done. Because that's just a great symbolism of planting that seed, and even after the moon cycle's over, letting it grow. So yeah, it's just still all light and shiny. It's like,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So y'all, we hope that you really enjoyed this experience, and I can't talk, y'all. We will for sure create more. We will for sure work on things and create more events and do this because we love sharing, we love creating, and to get others to practice more, to inspire that. It's just a blessing. If you have any suggestions, if you have anything like group work that you would, like what we've done, anything you have in mind, please use a YouTube video, comment, and let us know what you think. Let us know about your experiences, and just let us know. Let's talk and let's have fun.
yes,
But
definitely. Give us ideas or suggestions if y'all have them, and let us know if you participated and if you're comfortable with writing the emotions and the feelings you had during the rite. Let us know. We really would love to hear from you.
yes. But until next time, y'all, we shall speak to you later. Peace.
Bye.